Hi, let me tell you today's tale. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a brave forester named Timmy. Timmy lived in a cozy little cottage at the edge of a vast, enchanted forest. He had bright blue eyes that sparkled like the morning dew and a mischievous grin that seemed to never leave his face. One sunny morning, Timmy set out on his usual adventure into the heart of the forest. He was armed with his trusty wooden sword and a satchel filled with cheese sandwiches, his favorite snack. The trees towered above him, their leaves whispering secrets only the forest could understand. As Timmy ventured deeper, he stumbled upon a magical clearing. In the center stood a talking squirrel named Mr. Fluffington. The squirrel wore a tiny hat and a monocle, making him look rather fancy for a woodland creature. "Greetings, young Timmy, I have been waiting for you," Mr. Fluffington exclaimed in a voice that sounded like rustling leaves. Timmy's eyes widened with wonder. "You can talk." "Indeed, young lad, and I am in need of your help. The enchanted cave of wonders has been sealed shut, and only the bravest of souls can open it," Mr. Fluffington explained. Timmy's heart raced with excitement. He knew this was his chance to prove himself a true hero. "I'll do it. Lead the way, Mr. Fluffington." With the squirrel as his guide, Timmy ventured deeper into the forest. They encountered many magical creatures along the way, playful pixies, wise old owls, and even a mischievous fairy who sprinkled them with shimmering dust for good luck. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of twists and turns, they arrived at the entrance of the enchanted cave of wonders. The cave was surrounded by sparkling gemstones that glowed like 1,000 fireflies. It seemed to pulse with an ancient power. Timmy took a deep breath and pushed open the heavy stone door. Inside, he was met with a breathtaking sight. The walls were covered in glistening crystals, and at the heart of the cave stood a magnificent, towering tree made entirely of gold. As Timmy approached the golden tree, he noticed a small, worn keyhole nestled in its trunk. "This must be it," he exclaimed. But as he reached for his satchel, he realized he had forgotten his key back at his cottage. Panic washed over him. How could he open the door without the key? Just then, a soft voice echoed through the cave. It was Mr. Fluffington. "Timmy, remember the magic that lies within you. You don't need a physical key to unlock this door." Timmy closed his eyes and focused. He imagined the key in his hand, warm and glowing. When he opened his eyes, there it was, a radiant, golden key, floating before him. With trembling hands, Timmy placed the key into the lock. The tree shuddered, and the cave rumbled with energy. The door slowly creaked open, revealing a blinding light that spilled out like liquid gold. Inside the chamber beyond, Timmy found a treasure more valuable than he could have ever imagined, not gold or jewels, but the wisdom of the ages, waiting to be discovered. And so, Timmy's name was etched into the annals of legend as the brave forester who unlocked the enchanted cave of wonders. Timmy the Wise emerged from the enchanted cave of wonders, his heart filled with newfound knowledge and a deep sense of gratitude for the magical world around him. He knew that the wisdom he had gained was not meant to be hoarded but shared with all who sought it. Word of his journey spread far and wide, and people from all corners of the land began to seek his guidance. He held court in the heart of the enchanted forest, where creatures of all kinds would gather to hear his tales and seek his advice. He became not only a hero but also a wise sage, revered by all. One day, as Timmy sat beneath a giant oak tree, pondering the mysteries of the universe, a young girl named Lily approached him. She was about Timmy's age, with curly red hair and a determination in her eyes that matched his own. "Timmy the Wise," she began, "I've heard your stories and how you opened the enchanted cave of wonders. I have a dream too. I want to become a great explorer and discover hidden lands. Can you help me?" Timmy smiled, remembering his own youthful dreams. "Of course, Lily, but remember, every explorer needs a trusty companion. How about I introduce you to Mr. Fluffington, the talking squirrel who guided me on my adventures?" Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement, and Timmy led her to the magical clearing where Mr. Fluffington waited. The squirrel greeted her with a nod of approval and offered her his tiny monocle to wear. Lily and Mr. Fluffington became the best of friends and set out on their own adventures together, just as Timmy had with the squirrel. They explored uncharted lands, unraveled mysteries, and helped creatures in need along the way.
Lily's courage and Timmy's wisdom were the perfect combination, and their tales of heroism echoed through the enchanted forest. One day, while exploring a dense thicket, they stumbled upon a hidden garden filled with vibrant, glowing flowers.
In the center of the garden, they found a beautiful, sparkling fountain. It was said that anyone who drank from this fountain would be granted a single wish. Lily and Mr. Fluffington exchanged glances, each knowing the depth of the other's heart. Lily dipped her hand into the fountain, took a sip, and closed her eyes, making her wish. When she opened them again, a radiant smile graced her face. "What did you wish for, Lily?" asked Mr. Fluffington. Lily looked at her friend and replied, "I wished for the forest to be forever protected, so its magic can be enjoyed by generations to come." Her wish came true, and from that day on, the forest thrived like never before. It was known as the Enchanted Forest of Timmy the Wise, a place where all creatures could live in harmony and learn from its boundless wisdom. The Enchanted Forest of Timmy the Wise flourished with time, and it became a beacon of hope and wonder for people near and far. Visitors from all over the world flocked to the forest to witness its beauty and seek the guidance of Timmy, Lily, and Mr. Fluffington. The three friends were more than just explorers and adventurers. They became stewards of the forest, ensuring that its delicate balance was maintained. They helped animals in need, solved disputes among the forest's inhabitants, and shared the ancient wisdom they had acquired in the enchanted Cave of Wonders. As the forest became more renowned, it faced new challenges. Greedy individuals sought to exploit its magical resources for personal gain, threatening to disrupt the harmony that had been carefully preserved. Timmy, Lily, and Mr. Fluffington faced their greatest challenge. Yet, one day, a group of treasure hunters arrived at the enchanted forest, led by a cunning and ruthless woman named Captain Morgana. She had heard tales of the forest's magical properties and was determined to claim its treasures for herself. She and her crew of adventurers began chopping down trees and digging up the forest floor, causing destruction and chaos. Timmy, Lily, and Mr. Fluffington rushed to the scene to confront Captain Morgana. She scoffed at their attempts to protect the forest and challenged them to a contest to determine who should rightfully claim its treasures. The contest would be a series of challenges that tested not only their physical abilities but also their wisdom. The challenges were intense and included races through the thickest of woods, riddles that required clever thinking, and tests of courage against the creatures of the forest. Each challenge was closely fought, with Captain Morgana's crew displaying their strength and cunning, while Timmy, Lily, and Mr. Fluffington relied on teamwork, their knowledge of the forest, and their genuine love for its magic. In the final challenge, Captain Morgana and her crew had to answer a riddle that had been whispered by the ancient trees themselves. They pondered, argued, and finally gave their answer, but it was incorrect. The forest trembled with disapproval. Timmy, Lily, and Mr. Fluffington approached the ancient trees, listening to their whispers, with a deep understanding of the forest's magic. They provided an answer that was met with a chorus of approving rustles from the leaves. The enchanted forest had chosen its protectors. Captain Morgana, her greed and cruelty exposed, retreated in defeat, never to return to the forest. The magical beings of the forest rejoiced, and the ancient trees gifted Timmy, Lily, and Mr. Fluffington with a special gift, a seed from the golden tree in the enchanted Cave of Wonders. This seed was said to hold the power to protect the forest for generations to come. With great care, the trio planted the seed in the heart of the enchanted forest, and as it grew, it spread its golden leaves and magical aura throughout the entire forest. From that day forward, the enchanted forest was forever safeguarded, and its magic remained accessible to all who entered with respect and wonder in their hearts. Timmy, Lily, and Mr. Fluffington continued their adventures, protecting the forest and exploring new lands. sharing the wisdom of the forest and inspiring all who met them to cherish and protect the natural wonders of the world. Their legacy lived on, and their tales were told for generations, reminding all who heard them of the magic that could be found in the enchanted forest of Timmy the Wise.